what's your reaction to the ruling?
Well, as a practical matter, I think it's the best thing that could have happened to Trump and the co-defendants, because she's just destroyed in terms of her reputation, which she deserves by the way she conducted herself, but she's still in the case. And my thing with this from the beginning, Megyn, has been I've tried to explain to people on the basis of this sprawling blunderbuss indictment that she's incompetent. That she's indicted a RICO case that's not a RICO. She's tried to do an overarching conspiracy that's not a conspiracy. And, everybody sort of says, oh, okay, well, and then we see this situation where, you get an up close view on how these guys operate. And you have to ask yourself, after watching this performance, do you really think these guys can run a RICO case, which is a sophisticated criminal prosecution? So from Trump's perspective, it seems to me it's like a triple play for him, because she's a tainted prosecutor. This is an issue that I believe you can appeal. I heard you and Alan talking about this at the end. I think you can appeal this under Georgia law. So he also gets the delay that he's looking for, but he gets to keep her in the case and she'll screw the case up. So I don't see how, legally, I feel very differently about it. Legally, I think the judge is off his rocker. I've never heard of a thing where you have a conflict situation and the judge is oozing off every page is that there are lingering questions, continuing questions, the cloud over it, the scent of mendacity. Those are the cases where you disqualify the person. I mean, if you have a situation like the classic one in that I saw many times in federal law, especially if you're doing like drug cases and racketeering cases where you get some dirty lawyers occasionally, is if you have a situation where the lawyer and the client are both under investigation by the same prosecutor's office, the lawyer has to get out of the case because he's got a motive to curry favor with the government that lingers throughout the proceedings. So with every decision that the lawyer makes, you have to try to decide, is he serving his own interest or is he serving the client's interest? And even though it's not as obvious, that works the same way for the prosecutor as it does for the defense lawyer. She's got a lot of problems here. She's got potential federal investigation. She's got potential state investigation. She's got professional investigation. And she's got a lot of motives that are her personal motives that may collide with some of the things that would be best for the case and best for Fulton County. That's the kind of case where there's such an appearance of impropriety, the lawyer's got to go. And you don't solve it by taking out half the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason he did that, the way he styled it, was it could be ongoing. She testified that even though they allegedly stopped their romance last summer, that they're, quote, closer than ever. And given that, a reasonable person could think, oh, the benefit to her or to him will be ongoing or could resume even their romantic relationship, which is like, what are you saying? All the proof of the prior conflicted behavior is right here in front of you on a silver platter. Whether it's ongoing or potentially likely to resume is not the standard for determining whether there's an actual conflict or the appearance of one.
Yeah, this is like with all due respect to Dr. Phil, this is a trial. I'm not Dr. Phil, right? So The judge's responsibility, believe it or not, is the case. Nathan and Fani are going to have to work their relationship out on their own, and they'll have to go to another forum for that, right? But the judge is responsible for the integrity of the case, the public integrity of a judicial proceeding. So, I'm sure they very much appreciate his advice about how they can steer the future of their relationship and their prospects, and we'll all be clutching our pearls over that. But his job is the appearance of impropriety in a judicial proceeding, which can't be erased by taking out. If you've now developed a record where you have two people in collusion who there's very powerful evidence that they misled the court, even if the judge shies away from drawing the conclusion of that, but like lays out every dot for everyone with an IQ of 11 to be able to connect that that's what they did, right? It doesn't solve the problem by taking away one of the people who was colluding, leaving the other one in under circumstances where you, the judge, are admitting that there's a lingering problem here, that there are lingering suspicions, that there are lingering motives that she has to act in her own behalf as opposed to the state's behalf. And again, that's a layup to remove the lawyer.
Yes, this reminds me of Jonathan Turley was on Fox earlier this morning, and he has such a way of putting these things. He's entertaining to listen to. And listen to how he described the judge's decision here. Sot one.
It's like, finding two people in a bank vault and taking one off to jail. I mean, the question is, the appearance problem that the judge identified with regard to Wade was directly related to his relationship with Willis. Only one of them was disqualified. And so that's going to lead to these questions. I mean, well, why should Willis escape that same penalty? The opinion leaves us feeling like the court went and shot the wounded.
I love that. It's like two people in the bank vault and only one got arrested. It's true, because they were like, well, we won't keep stealing in this bank vault. We're only just going to keep the money we already stole. But, if you just break up Bonnie and Clyde here, they can't do as much damage on a go forward basis.
Yeah. And that your last couple of words there is the thing. It's a go forward basis, right? This isn't like a snapshot that you can freeze in time. This is a dynamic situation where she has a lingering conflict.
I want to tell you about the Association of Mature American Citizens, or AMAC, an organization dedicated to America's seniors. AMAC stands out today by not only advocating for senior issues, but also by pushing for conservative values that affect us all. If you join, you're not just supporting America's senior citizens, you can become part of a movement defending our freedoms and securing our nation's future. Plus, membership brings you exclusive benefits like discounts on travel, dining, entertainment, and special insurance rates. Regardless of your age, if you're driven to preserve freedom, AMAC welcomes you. Sign up now at amac.us/Megyn. And for a limited time, get a free gift membership for someone who shares your love of our great nation. Don't miss out on this chance to make a difference with AMAC. Join today at amac.us/Megyn and extend the invitation to a friend or family member for free. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.